Do you want to know how to make this beautiful ring? I'll teach you how to make it after the jingle. Hi everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video I'm going to teach you how to make this cute ring you are watching in the video, and I called it Anemone ring. It is made with very few supplies, and you will need to make this ring only 15 seed beads, 11 seed beads and 15 bicons. I'm going to use turquoise bicons by Swarovski, but you can use also glass bicons or whatever you want. You can use also pearls or rondel beads, etc. These are the supplies needed to make our anemone ring, and I'm going to use these bronze toe seed beads. I'm leaving you all the details about supplies in the description below. Then we are going to use a size 12 needle and 0.12 millimeters Fairline thread. I'm going to use smoke Fairline thread. As you can see, I'm going to use some toe beads, and the grid below the bicons could be a little strange, but if you have Miyuki seed beads, you can also use Miyuki seed beads to have a better result. So let's start our project. The first thing we have to do is to pick up 8 11 seed beads and bring them at the end of the thread. Pass again through the first seed beads to close them into a circle. I'm going to pass again the thread through the whole sequence of beads to strengthen the work. This is the final result. Now we have to pick up 6 11 seed beads and pass through the previous 2 beads. This is the final result. Now we have to bring the thread exiting these 2 seed beads on the right, and we have to pass the thread through the 2 beads on the top and the 2 beads on the right. I turn down the work so it's more easy to pass the thread through the beads. So here it is. Now we have to repeat the same step another time. So cap 6 11 seed beads and pass through the seed beads on the left from the bottom to the top and pull the thread. So this is the final result. Here it is. Now we have to turn the work again and pass through the 2 more beads and the other 2 beads on this side, on the right side, and we have to make 5 modules. This is the final result. Now we have to make another row next to the first one, and to make this one we have to pass the thread through the next 2 beads in this way. So now we have to make a second square next to the first one. So pick up 6 11 seed beads and pass through the 2 beads on the left from the bottom to the top and pull the thread. Now I have to pass the thread through the next 2 beads on the right, this one, and pull the thread again. In this way we have two walls of our next square, and we have to pick up 4 beads instead of 6 to make our next square, because we have 2 beads on the bottom and 2 beads on the left side of the square. So pick up 4 11 seed beads and pass through the beads on the left from the top to the bottom, as you can see from the video, and pull the thread. The final step will be to pass again through the beads on the bottom, and I have turned the work for an easy way, an easy result. So pass the thread again through all sequence of beads, and we have the thread exiting the 2 beads on the left wall of the next square, in this way. Now we have to pick up 4 seed beads and repeat the steps again. Pass through the 2 beads, pull the thread, and pass again through the vertical seed beads again. You have to repeat the same steps until you complete the row. Once you have finished the second row of squares, you have to make the third row in the same way we have just made the second row, and here it is. In this video, in the video you can find the final result. Now we have to add some extra 11 seed beads to define all the squares. So each 2 beads I'm going to add to the work 1 11 seed bead. So pick up 1 11 seed bead and pass through the next 2 beads in this way, and pull the thread. Then pick up another 11 seed bead and pass through the next 2 seed beads and pull the thread again. Repeat this step until the entire perimeter is completed. This is the final result. As you can see, the rectangle is defined by the seed beads we have just added to the work. And now we have to start working with 15 seed beads and with bicons. And we have to complete all the grid, the entire grid. So pick up 1 15 seed bead, 1 4mm bicon, and 1 15 seed bead, and we have the thread exiting these 2 beads on the right, and we have to pass through the opposite 2 beads on the left from the bottom to the top. So now we are going to pull the thread, and as you can see, icon is perfectly set in the grid. And now we have to repeat the same step for all the little squares. Now pick up again another 15 seed bead, another bicon, and another 15 seed bead, and we are going to pass again through the opposite 2 beads of the square in this way, from the bottom to the top, and pull the thread again. Very simple. Repeat the step for the third time, and now we are going to sew the next row. Here it is. This is the final result. And now it is very simple. We have to pass through the external bead and pass through the next 2 beads. In this row we have to set the bicons from the left to the right. Pick up another sequence of beads and repeat the same steps. As you can see, this is the final result. We have added all the bicons to the grid, and I love the grid in these colors, but I love also the second version I have made of this ring in golden and capri blue. Here it is. I love it so much. So the final step we have to do is the ring band of our ring, and it is very simple. We are going to make the ring band with herringbone technique, and it will be very easy to do. So we have to bring the thread exiting one of the external 11 seed beads. I have the thread exiting this 11 seed bead, and then I'm going to pick up 2 11 seed beads and pass through the next external 11 seed bead in this way. Then pass again through the bead on the right from the bottom to the top, and we are ready to make the second step of the herringbone band. So we have the thread exiting the right bead we have just added to the work. Pick up 2 more 11 seed beads and pass through the left 11 seed bead. Pull the thread and pass again through the beads at the bottom, pull the thread, and through the right column of beads, of 2 beads we have just added to the work. In this way, and pull the thread. Pick up again 2 11 seed beads and pass through the left bead from the top to the bottom and pull the thread. Then pass through 2 beads on the right, and we are ready to make our band. You have to add more beads until you reach the desired length of the band. This is the final result. As you can see, I have made the band, and now we have to join the other part of the band we have just finished to the other side of the grid. So we have the needle exiting one of the 2 beads, and we have to simply pass through the 2 middle beads in this way, from the bottom to the top. Here it is. Now with the needle you have to pass through some beads of the band to reinforce the work, and I'm going to pass through 6 or 7 beads of the left side, then pass again through the right beads again from the top to the bottom, and go on in this way until the band is finished. So this is the final result. I hope you like my tutorial. Please support my work sharing this video with your friends, with your beading friends, and subscribing to my channel. I hope you like the tutorial, and see you in the next video. Bye bye!